So you're on H1B visa and you would like to get a green card and you'd like to know the steps, this video is for you. I'm going to tell you what you're going to need to provide and what your lawyer will need to do for your H1B to green card process. Stay tuned to the end of this video where I will provide all the details that you will need. So go ahead and grab your pencils and your notebooks and get ready. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing the process from H1B visa to green card. Now, as we already know, we cannot individually apply for our own H1B visa, and thus, if we are applying for an EB3 visa, which we're going to be focusing on today, you cannot apply for that on your own either. Now, I did share a video before on how to get a green card from H1B visa, but that got lost. It was 2 years ago. I'll leave the link below. It's going to be similar, but this one is up to date, and you will learn the process on how to move from one visa to the next. Because did you know that the green card is also considered a visa? Yes, the green card that your employer sponsors you is also called a visa. It's called employment-based visa. Teachers usually get the employment-based visa category 3, but you have 5 different categories of employment-based visa. You have employment-based 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they shorten them by saying EB1, EB2, EB3, etc., and so on. So for this video, we'll be focusing on the EB3 visa, and we'll be focusing on people who are on H1B visa and the process or steps it's going to take to move from the H1 to the EB3 visa. So without any further ado, we're going to get straight into it. Now, you guys know sometimes I like to be fancy and bring my slides so that you can see while you listen and you can take your notes. All right, so as I mentioned before, H1B visa to green card, or we're going to call it the formal name, employment-based visa or EB3 visa. All right, so switching from the H1B to EB3 is a process that typically involves several steps. I mentioned before, you cannot apply for your H1B by yourself. An employer has to sponsor your H1B visa. If you want to learn more about H1B visas, you can check out this platform, or you can let me know in the comment section specifically what you'd like to learn about the H1B visa. All right, now the timeline. A lot of people want to know the timeline from H1B to EB3. That cannot be tied down to any specific time. Let me say that from now. Okay, it's going to vary on several different things. It's going to be dependent on so many different factors, like your country of origin, your priority date. You know, it's going to talk about, you know, how long that school district is going to take to offer you that green card, because trust me when I say some school districts will have you on H1B visa for 5-6 years, want to renew even that, you know, and still not consider to sponsor you a green card. So those are some things you have to take into consideration and take things in your own hand. All right, so we're going to look at the different steps. Not all the steps are on the PowerPoint slide, but if I miss any step, I will, you know, include it as we go along. So the first thing you definitely know, you have to be eligible. You have to be eligible. In most cases, if you're eligible for an H1B visa in the specialty area, for example, as a teacher, in most cases, you're going to be eligible for a green card, but the lawyer will let you know more about that. And we know to be eligible for a H1B visa, you must have a degree in, you know, your field, which is teaching, because we're talking about teachers. You should have some amount of teaching experience. You should also have your teaching license. Definitely applying for your H1B visa, they need to know you have a teaching license. In some instances, you will get, you know, maybe a 1 year first, and they give you some time to get that license off after, but you're going to need your license. And again, several other things you need in order. You need a job offer, and also you need to secure a job that no other American citizens are applying or need. That was discussed in another video, but if you need some more details on H1B, let me know in the comment section below. All right. So it says for skilled workers, at least 2 years of experience or training. You need to be a professional holding a U.S. bachelor's degree or its equivalent. You need 2 years of experience, and your employer must offer you permanent full-time job that fits the EB3 category. So those are the eligibility. Similar to what I just mentioned for H1B, notice the eligibility for the EB3 visa, which is the green card, are similar. So you can go ahead and take your notes for those. All right. Next thing we know, once you meet the eligibility, you are offered the green card by your employer. They're going to get a lawyer to put the paperwork in most cases. Some school district may have people in their district that, do the paperwork, but most school district will work with a lawyer. So the first thing the lawyer is going to apply for is called your prevailing wages, PWD. What that does is to find out, the salary that you are qualified for, because there's no way they're going to just, offer to sponsor you a green card and also for the H1B and not know what is it your salary should be, because it should be in the same category as an American citizen. So they apply for the prevailing wages to see what your salary should be. All right, once that is done, then they'll apply for what is called the PERM. The PERM is the Program Electronic Agreement, and this step is to see that there are no other qualified American citizen who needs this job. Okay, they have to advertise the job and see if other American citizens are interested in getting this job. And yes, they actually have to advertise it. So don't think because you're already in the position as a H1B holder and they're going to offer you the green card now, they're just going to say, okay, here's the job. No, they have to advertise your job again to make sure that no American citizen need your job. So if an American citizen apply for that job that they advertise, that green card may be doomed because somebody needs the job and it's an American citizen. So your second option, basically. The employer also submit a description of the job to Department of Labor, and they, make sure that your employer that is recruiting you, they are in good standing and they're, they tried as much as they could to hire a U.S. worker and that did not work out. And now they're trying to get an outsider to fill this position. So this process usually takes months, and once it's approved, it allows the employer to move forward. Now, in some cases, this can be approved at one go. In some cases, it can be audited, and if it's audited, it's going to take some more time to, get back to your employer for additional evidence that they might be asking for, and then that's going to take some more time. So as I said, there's no specific time frame that can be pinned down to this process because there's different steps have different things they're looking for, and if they don't see what they're looking for, they are going to audit or ask, that's DOL, or if it gets to USCIS, ask for additional evidence, and things just can happen along the way, each step as you go. All right, so the prevailing wages done, your PERM is approved. The next step is to apply to USCIS. So notice before they even started any application process with USCIS, they first went to Department of Labor. Okay. After Department of Labor, I know personally for me, let me put some of my experience in it. My PERM, when they first applied for it, he applied in March of 2022. In December, because they apply for PERMs in batches. in December, I think, or November of 2022, a lot of people got approvals on their perm. A lot of people got approvals, but then a few of us, we were audited. I was in that audit, so I had to wait again until 2023, and I think it did not get approved until March of 2023. So that's 1 year, while some people took months. So everybody's case is different. All right, so once that is approved, then now the lawyer is going to call you in to bring in documents. So you want your passport, you need passport pictures, he needs, personal stuff, your visa, if you still have an H1B visa. He will not ask you if you owe your government in your home country, because you're already on H1B visa. It's not like you're transferring status from J to H. You're on H1B visa. You're already here living as a, resident. And so what they basically need is things from you here, your personal stuff. So they don't, the lawyer did not ask me for anything relating to Jamaica, like, if I owed the government. Nothing like that was asked. Is going to need your I-94, similar things that you provided for your H1B. And if you're watching this video on your H1B, you know the things you had to turn in for your H1B. Those are going to be similar to what you're going to turn in for the green card. Okay. Once you turn those in, he's going to file the I-140. That's the immigrant petition form. That's the one that the employer is going to sign off on, because they are the ones who are sponsor you need this green card. Now, what the lawyer will do, some lawyers will do, is they'll do all the forms together. Do I-140, I-1485, the I-130, EAD, that's 175, to send everything together as one. But the first form that has to be approved before any other can be approved is the I-140 petition. This is where the employer is saying, we are filing for this person to work with our company. Okay. Once that is filed, there is something that's called the priority date. I'm not going to get into priority date today. You will learn more about this when your process starts. But just to give you a synopsis, since my perm was filed March 2022, my priority date was March 2022. Now, the visa bulletin usually tell you which dates they're working with. For example, when your lawyer is filing, they will let you know, we are taking applicants from Jamaica whose priority dates are from January to November of 2022. Since I'm March 22, I would fall in that category, and my lawyer will file for me. If they're not taking, so for example, they're only taking applicants for 2021 up to December 2021, and I'm March 2022, I would not be in that category. So you could not file for me. You'd have to wait for my priority date to come, current. A lot. We don't want to go into that, because that will mad you. Straight up mad. Yes. So let's move on from that. We can talk about that in our next video. While the I-40 is approved, then he's going to apply for the 485. That's the adjustment of status. As I mentioned before, all these forms can be done at once and sent in all at once together. That is called concurrent filing. Some lawyer doesn't do that. Some lawyer want to know that the I-140 is approved first, and then they send in this. The lawyer that I worked with, or my school district worked with, he filed everything all at once, because when you do all of the documents together, some of the forms are free. For example, I think the travel document and the work permit, that's the 131, the I-131. I made a mistake earlier. I said 130. The I-131, the travel document, and the I-765, you get those free if you file everything all together. Okay, so all the forms are not shared here, but when you are doing this process, you want to ask about all the forms. Okay, you want to talk about the I-40. I'm sorry. Yes, the I-140, the I-1485, the I-1765, the I-131, and the I think the 765. If I missed something, somebody put it in the comment section below. Guys, you know. All right. So once that is sent in, they are going to, send you some receipt notices to say they received your document. Basically it's going to say where your file is as well. On that letter, it will tell you to the end of it where's your case, and then shortly after you're going to get a letter to go do your biometrics usually come before. um After you get your biometrics done, that will be updated in the system, and then you can look out for an interview. But in most cases, if it's an employment based, in most cases, I did not say all, you may not need to do an interview, but I've heard people went to do interview as well. All right. Once you've done that, they'll look over your case. If they need additional evidence, they will send to your lawyer. What I must add, that you cannot query your case if your I-140 is not approved, and you cannot query your I-140, meaning you cannot call USCIS to ask about your I-140, because remember, you did not sign off on that form, your employer did. So if any issue with your I-140, your employer has to reach out, or the lawyer. Once the I-140 is approved, then you can call and query about your 485, that's your transfer status, because that's now on you. All right. All right. So once everything is looking good, you will, get an approval, and you will receive your green card, and you'll be on your merry way. Now, that's basically it. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I missed anything, go ahead and put it in the comment section below if you have any questions, and I'll respond. Also, if you've been through this process and you're watching this video and I missed something, go ahead and add it there, because remember, on this platform, we are community sharing with others so they can also learn. I want to thank you for watching. If you did not like this video as yet, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my website for one-on-one guidance. That's supremacyconnect.com. And also follow on other platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Kicking with Dr. Britton, and on TikTok, Dr. WB. Now, guys, I want to take this opportunity to let you know that if there is something specific that you need, go ahead and let me know in the comment section, and I'll provide that video for you. I hope this helps. And again, if you went through this process and or I missed something and you want to share something, or if I didn't miss but you want to share it in the comment section below. Guys, also reach out if you'd like to share on the platform your experience here or teaching in the United States. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.